Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that's all too familiar for students everywhere: burnout. If you've ever found yourself pulling an all-nighter, surrounded by textbooks, and literally crying over your notes, then we need to have a serious talk right now. Stick around, because I am going to share the exact strategies that took me from academic disaster to top of the class, and they can do the same for you. I want to take you back to last semester. Picture this: it's 3:14 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I'm camped out in the library basement. My desk is a graveyard of 4 empty energy drinks, my notes are a chaotic mess, and my vision is actually starting to blur. I had been studying for 12 solid hours, but if you'd asked me to explain a single concept, I would have just stared at you blankly. I was putting in the time, but absolutely nothing was sticking. I was exhausted, frustrated, and felt like a complete failure. The real breaking point, the moment I knew something had to change, was when I burst into tears because I couldn't find my favorite yellow highlighter. A highlighter. I wasn't studying anymore, I was just performing stress for an audience of 0. It was a ridiculous, over-the-top reaction, but it was the wake-up call I needed. I looked at my reflection in the dark library window and said to myself, this stops right now. There has to be a better way. So, I went home, slept for 10 hours, and then I completely overhauled my study system. I ditched the marathon, caffeine-fueled cram sessions for something far more effective: the 25-5 method, also known as the pomodoro technique. It's simple: you study with intense focus for 25 minutes, then you take a non-negotiable 5-minute break. During that break, you get up, stretch, grab some water, and do anything but look at your notes. This small change was revolutionary. It kept my mind fresh and prevented that mental fatigue that leads to burnout. Next, I stopped passively rereading my notes and started using active recall. Instead of just highlighting and hoping the information would magically absorb into my brain, I started testing myself constantly. I'd cover up my notes and try to explain the concepts out loud, as if I were teaching them to someone else. I created flashcards, not just for definitions, but for complex processes. I would literally write down questions and then try to answer them from memory. This forces your brain to retrieve information, which is a much more powerful way to build strong, lasting neural connections than just passively reading. I also integrated a technique called spaced repetition. Instead of cramming everything the night before, I started reviewing material at increasing intervals. I'd review a concept one day after learning it, then 3 days later, then a week later, and so on. This works with your brain's natural forgetting curve, reinforcing the memory right before you're about to forget it. It sounds like more work, but it's actually way more efficient in the long run. I was spending less time studying overall, but retaining way more information. The results were insane. I walked into my final exam feeling calm and confident, not sleep-deprived and panicked. I finished the entire test in just 40 minutes. And when the grades came out, I had a 96%. I couldn't believe it. I went from the verge of a breakdown to getting one of the best grades in the class. And the best part? I actually had time for a social life. I felt healthier, happier, and in control. I'm basically Einstein now, except I still can't figure out how to fold a fitted sheet, so, work in progress. So, if you're stuck in that cycle of stress and exhaustion, I want you to stop punishing yourself and try these methods instead. Start small. Try one 25-minute focused session today. Create a few quiz questions for yourself based on your last lecture. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Small, consistent changes are what lead to big, sustainable results. It's about studying smarter, not harder. If this was helpful and you want more tips on how to conquer your classes without sacrificing your sanity, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's make this our best academic year yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.